Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on Thanksgiving Day. Glad you tuned in. And as always, Lionel Labor's Local 663 reminds us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. And it is Thanksgiving Day, but it's always good to be practicing and playing football at this time of the year. And we welcome in the head football coach of the Tipton Cardinals, Coach William Duke. Coach Duke, friend of the show, and thank you so much for taking time today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate all you do.
Coach, 11-1 on the season. You've won 9 in a row now. What do you feel like you're doing really well here as you head into the semifinals against Penny?
I think the team in general is embracing the process that we set forward, right? At the beginning of the year. This team is very much regimented. Every day they need to do something that they're used to doing. They don't like to really get off track too much with that. They know each day of the week is a certain focus, and they're embracing that, and keeps me on my toes too, so that I don't try and do too much.
Let's go back to your quarterfinal game with Harrisburg, a 42-36 game. Had to have been exciting, I should say, for a fan. Maybe not so much on the coach's standpoint, but tell us about that game and how it played out.
Harrisburg is a really good football team. They've got great skill players, receivers that can catch. They have a 6'5" quarterback that can throw, a running back who's not timid whatsoever, and some really big linemen. Um, we knew that they were a tough game. Um, they've played some teams that they're pretty familiar with, so the scores were usually a little closer. But it just kind of seems that every big play they needed to hit, every time we've played them this year, they've hit them. Certainly exciting, uh, maybe more exciting than you wanted it to be honest with you. We score there at the very end on a pass play, and it's actually the same pass play we went all the way down the field with. We didn't change it. We just kept running it because there's several options to the play. Dane did a great job reading it. But if we didn't make it, I had confidence we were going to kick the field goal and go up. But there are some things that happened earlier in the game that, if we convert and we don't fumble on the 4 yard line, we're not in that situation, right? So what I told a number of people was, think about this: we scored 42 points, and I'm telling you that we still didn't play a great, clean game of football.
You come out of you come out of that contest relatively healthy a week ago, going into this semifinal game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. Everybody's got bumps and bruises, and there's things that are going on, right? I mean, this time of year there is some volume and intensity to what you do in practice, but man, you play 12 games plus a jamboree plus summer scrimmage. Your body's only got so many hits in you, so you got to be really, really focused with what you do. You got to get a lot of mental reps, and you have to take care of yourself so that you can perform on game day. And I think the kids did that. I don't think they shied away from performing and trying to go as fast as they could. We really emphasized last week that we had slowed down a little bit in our approach and our attack to the line of scrimmage. I showed it to them on film, and I didn't have to really explain it. Once I showed it, they're like, "We could do better than that, coach." I'm like, "All right, well, let's do better."
Coach, as you head into this postseason, how many times has Tipton been in this situation where they've played in this semifinal game in their history?
Not a lot. They have played in quite a few. I mean, obviously, anytime you get to play in this game, you're pretty blessed, right? They have played in a few. Last one was 12, and I think maybe 9, 8, 7 they played back too. So, um, unfortunately, they've Tipton has never been past the semifinal round. 65 years of football this year. This is Team 65 in Tipton history. Had some really great athletes, some really great teams, really great coaching. This has been a hurdle round for them, and we've talked about that with the kids. I tell them all the time, I'm not going to hold anything back from you. There are no secrets here. This is very much your team, so I'm going to tell you what we're doing, how we're doing, and I want your input a little bit. So they know very well what's the history of Tipton football.
Coach, now you've got a Penny that has some history as well on this at this stage of the game here in the quarterfinals. What do you know about Penny, and can you compare them maybe to some anybody else you've played on your schedule?
Penny is a really good football team. They got a great history. They they are in the KCI, I believe, tough football conference. They have some extremely good athletes. We're never the biggest team out there. I mean, people look at us. We're never the largest in size. We're usually the smaller of the two teams that we play. They got a large roster size. Coach Lloyd up there is doing a great job. They're very confident in what they do. They definitely want to run the football. There's no secret about that. They line up in double tight, double wing, and they're just going to come downhill at you. They've been to the state title game. I think they've been there 7 times, probably won it 4 from what I heard yesterday. There's no secret to what's going on up there. They like playing football. High school football is a pride and joy of that community.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, it is it is Thanksgiving here as we're recording this, and you guys, I talked to you earlier off the air. You got your team over at the church setting up tables, things of that nature. Tell us just a couple of things that at this time of the year as you reflect. A thankful heart is not only the greatest virtue, but it's the parent to all the other virtues.
Some of our players just walked by, so I heard you, but some of them just walked by. You're good.
What are some things you're thankful for at this time of the year as you reflect?
I'm extremely thankful for a number of things. One is my faith and the fact that God continues to nudge me and push me, even when I think I'm going in the wrong direction. He'll push me and nudge me back the way I need to go. Thankful for my wife and how much she supports me and my job at JCMG, the community at Tipton, all the admin, my health, my family. It just really is a blessing to be in this position at this time of life. Win, lose, or draw, on game day in the semis. This is a blessing, man. This is so much of a blessing. And last week after we finished the game, team took a knee and said thanks and gave thanks just for the opportunity to be there. And we would have done that no matter the outcome. And I can't say enough about how much this team gives me things to be thankful for. And it's not the W, right? It's the laughter that they have, the cohesion that they have, the fact that they're making fun of me on a pretty much a daily basis because I'm a pretty big target. We had a little call out that we needed some help with transportation costs, and I got a call the day after we put that out on our social media, and they said, "Hey, your transportation costs are covered." Somebody walked in and took care of it. I just so thankful for the generosity of this community and everybody who's been a part of this. I can't say thanks enough.
Now we get down to the food.
Yeah, let's do it.
You get in that buffet line.
Yeah.
What are you saving room for on your plate? What is your go-to, whether it be side dish or main dish on Thanksgiving?
Well, I got to tell you, in my medical practice, this week I'll ask people, ham or turkey, what are you having, right? I'm more of a ham guy than I am a turkey guy. But my mom, growing up, would always save a pumpkin pie for me. Pumpkin pie and a thing of Cool Whip. So whenever I was done eating, me and that pie, I just finished it, that entire pie. It didn't matter. I was going to eat that whole thing. Didn't matter how much else I ate. So I got a pie. My brother got a pie. My dad got a pie. Probably why when I was younger I was a little bit heavier. But, man, it was a good time.
Well, I tell you what, we just finished up an interview here with Ted LePage at Blair Oaks. Same answer.
Yeah.
Always had the pumpkin pie. But, Coach,
what about you? What are you doing? What's yours?
Well, I'm a ham guy, but I love that my aunt makes a 7-layer salad that is absolutely outstanding.
Okay.
So I love that. But, ham with some mashed potatoes and gravy, some stuffing.
Yeah.
I'm not a big turkey guy, and I don't know why that is, but
me either.
Don't particularly care for it. But that's kind of my go-to. But Coach, as always, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time as you have all season. Go out and get a victory, and we'll do this all over again next week at a few pounds heavier.
Sounds good. God bless. Go Cardinals.
You bet. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here for the holidays. Back after this.
In the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.